The negotiating teams emerged blinking into the bright Berlin sunlight, clearly relieved it was all over. 3 days after the supposed deadline for agreement, it had taken a marathon 24-hour session to finally seal the deal. It was mid-afternoon by the time the party leaders felt ready to speak.
I know that millions of Germans have been watching us very closely over recent weeks. They had two justified demands of us. Firstly, please form a government at long last, and a stable one. And second, think of people's real needs and interests. I'm convinced that the coalition agreement we've come up with together can do precisely that.
I think
that what we've managed to achieve really does bear the stamp of the Social Democrats. The agreement's been heavily influenced by us, and we're grateful we've been able to achieve some concessions that were difficult for the Conservatives.
For the past 5 weeks, Germany's centre-right CDU and centre-left SPD have been locked in negotiations over a common position on issues including healthcare, labour reform, immigration and housing policy. Allocating ministerial positions involved more compromise. But with a deal now done, those compromises have been bitterly criticised by the right-wing AfD party.
The assignment of the ministry shows that the CDU has totally surrendered, out of fear of the SPD members. The CDU has given up its ideology, and now it's giving up in practical terms too, because it has none of the main ministries anymore. The CDU is just an empty shell.
There is one last hurdle to clear, though, before the new Grand Coalition government can be confirmed. SPD members now get their vote on the deal, and their sentiment appears evenly split. Kevin Kühnert, the leader of the SPD Young Socialist group, Jusos, has been organising a strong youth campaign against another so-called GroKo.
The question might be, though, whether his appeal, and especially his voting strata he's representing, carries enough weight to convince the older members, which are probably more inclined to be persuaded by the older board, which is going to rally in favor of joining the Grand Coalition.
The SPD postal vote will take about 2 weeks to produce a result. The coalition is not a done deal yet. Paul Brennan, Al Jazeera, Berlin.